Okay, so most of you know I'm a clipboard, right? So I apologize ahead of time for not looking up as I read this, because I know that there will be tears if I do, and there are going to be tears anyway. I said I was going to bring some paper bags to put over some faces, so that when I look out there, I don't see them crying. They took care of that for me. For those of you who grade speeches, I will take my red right now and not beg for a retake. My career started here 30 and a half years ago, and I add the half to count because I did my student teaching at Nina High School. There were 4 student teachers and 7 math teachers all in one corner office upstairs in Armstrong. If you remember, those were the corner rooms. They turned into rooms eventually. But yes, there were 11 of us all together in that corner. I was able to experience what a great math department was like and how much fun it can be. Unexpectedly, a position opened up that summer, and I'm so grateful to have gotten that position. It was a bittersweet moment for me, though, as I replaced the late Bob Radke, who I had just worked with a few months prior. Teaching in Nina is the only thing I know, but I loved every minute of it. I have always known that I was in the right place, as I watched and listened for signs that told me so. Here are some of the signs that told me I was in the right place. People pay attention to where you park. If someone else parks in your spot, they say, hey, that's Herman's spot. You better not park there. Just so you know, I try to park in the same spot because I want to find my car. When I leave, I not have to use my horn after a long, sometimes an exhausting day. Thank you to Barb, Kyle, Chris, and many other people for letting people know which spot I like to park in and trying to protect it for me. I thought I would auction it off to add to my retirement, but Dean, I'll just hand it off to you as you've been beating me to it this week. There are staff members here that are concerned about your heart health. I can thank Jacobson for keeping my heart healthy by jump-starting it at least once a day by scaring the crap out of me. Back in the old building, somehow he would arrive just at the right time. I'd park in my usual spot, and I was lifting all my bags out of the back trunk. He'd come up right behind me and blow his horn. One time I actually hit my head. I jumped so high. It's a little bit more difficult here at the new building, but somehow he still seems to find a way. I arrive fairly early in the morning. I'm usually greeted by, now in the new building, Rob, Teresa, Kyle, and Lorianne, as they wait in the cafeteria for students to arrive. Then Nathan Kennedy is usually sitting in my pod waiting for his students to arrive to let them in. He has been inviting me to join him to do a set of push-ups with him every morning. I finally took him up on it the other day. I should have done it sooner, because it was fun and challenging. My push-ups aren't military quality anymore, but I'm getting the app because I'm accepting the challenge. Operations staffs are always here when you need them, especially when your key doesn't work in your new classroom door. They pretty much drop everything because I'm in a panic, and they get to your classroom right away, so you still have enough time to get ready for the day. They can also be pretty competitive when they are on your step challenge team. I encourage all of you to invite them to your step challenge team. They get lots of steps. Thank you to Steve, Scott, and Talon for all the help and great conversations we have had. I feel constantly loved from all the other staff members, as I have been tagged with many nicknames that have stuck. I will try to do this some justice. The Herminator! Hey, Herms! Herms! Hermy Goo? Oh, the laughter. Oh, the laughter. I have to thank the many staff members that I work closely with day in and day out. Many staff members from the special education department, the Legends lunch crew, the math department, the Algebra 1 team, the pre-calculus team, all both past and present members. There's not a day that goes by that I don't laugh out loud because of the people I work with. Sorry. I highly recommend Game Day Fridays as a team bonding activity for your course-like meetings. You really get to know your team members well. It has been known that I might have said, "This is the most fun I have all week." And then Alyssa said, "Herms, you need a life." I have literally seen teachers laugh until they're crying, snorting, almost wet their pants, literally rolling on the floor laughing, take a sip of their drink and have it go up their nose, or running to the sink and spit it out before they choke. Let's be frank, most of those experiences are my own. After a long week, laughter is the best medicine to carry you into the weekend. It also creates great memories. Games I recommend that you might get you laughing uncontrollably are Uno Attack, 6-player cribbage, and telestrations. Just give a completely blank card to a math teacher, forgetting to tell them that it's a wild card, and have them draw a picture of it. Then pass it off to a social studies teacher. Hilarious. The best one, though, in my opinion, is Poetry for Neanderthals, where you get to hit your colleagues on the head with an inflatable club. You have to describe a word or a set of words with only one-syllable words. If you mess up, you get bonked on the head. It's harder than you think. If you have any questions, see Stephanie Weber and Michaela Yucatan. Best game ever. As I was listening to the signs telling me I was in the right place here at Nina, I eventually started hearing signs that told me it might be time to start thinking about retirement. Here are some of those signs. Students you taught are now the parents at your parent-teacher conferences. Students start calling you grammar hermits. Students you taught are now your colleagues. A colleague asks you, "When did you start teaching?" You say, 1995. And they reply with, "Oh, that was the year I was born." By the way, Steph, my goal is to make it to your retirement. Your colleagues call you Mother Algebra. Oh, by the way, Father Algebra retired last year. When you move into a new building, because you've been in the same place for 28 years, they place you in the wisdom wing, and you have to eat in the Legends Lounge. And finally, when you try to describe a word using one-syllable words, and you start off with the clue "me," and they immediately guess "old," which was the correct answer. In all seriousness, though, the two best role models I have ever had were my parents. They instilled in me a great work ethic and a positive outlook, always putting 100% in what you do, and looking for the silver lining in everything around you. When I talked about Brian about my retirement, I told him this was a very difficult decision for me to make. I love what I do, and I love the people I work with. I won't miss the workload. The staff has been my second family. As teachers, we face change and challenges all the time, and they come from a lot of different directions. But I never worried about it too much, because I always knew that we would all go through those changes together as a staff. There is always someone there to help you. There are two quotes that come to my mind as I go through life. The grass isn't always greener on the other side. It's greener where you water it. And being a sailor, my favorite quote is, you can't control the wind, but you can always adjust your sails. It applies to almost everything, and it comes to mind every time Brian says, control the controllables. My parting advice to all of you, help each other out when you can. Ask others for help when you need it. Always look for the silver lining. Be the sign for others, letting them know they belong here. And remember, laughter and smiles are free, contagious, and always can make somebody's day. I have a t-shirt that says, teach, change lives, repeat, because that's what we do. One last thing. Many retiring teachers have some sort of countdown until their last day. Since I turned in my retirement letter, I have tried to live in the moment every day. So for myself, my countdown was a little bit about counting to no more grading papers, or retakes, or lesson planning on Sunday afternoons, or EE. But it was more about, I have this many days left that I get to walk into this building. I have this many days left that I get to work with these great kids. I have this many days left that I get to work with this awesome staff. So remember to live in the moment. They go faster than you think. I have had many staff members help me with my countdown. Last year, when Rich Frost retired, he made me a countdown calendar for me with pictures of all the happy places of beaches and palm trees. Greg, Alyssa, Steph, Rich, and Diane helped me with a Jersey countdown. How appropriate is this one? Steph also had this shirt made for me. On the front it says, once a rocket, always a rocket. On the back it says, greatest hits tour. It has a list of all the courses I have taught here, and it has tour dates that list the month of August 2024 through June 2025. When each month was over, we had a cross-off day where one or two staff members were selected to cross off a month. Steph made a video of each cross-off month and put it all together to show the math department yesterday. But I have one left to cross off, and I'd like Rich to come up and cross it off for me.
I talked last year.
No, there's a thing!
We have a picture first. Okay.
No! No!